Hello and welcome to the history of movie theaters for Los Angeles and Hollywood for 1930 to 1939. 1930. On March 26, the Fairfax Theater opens. The Fox Pantages Theater in Hollywood opens on June 4. The Wilshire Theater in Beverly Hills opens on September 19. The Warner Western Theater opens on October 7. The Fox Wilshire Theater in Santa Monica opens on October 30. These theaters opened in 1930. The Red Mill Theater closes. 1931. The Los Angeles Theater opens on January 30. The Fox Stadium opened on March 5. The Mirror Theater in Hollywood opens on March 13. On May 19, the Warner Beverly Hills Theater opens. The Studio in Hollywood, the first automatic theater, opens on July 31. On August 14, the Fox Village in Westwood opens as a neighborhood theater, which became a very important theater in later years. The Fox Limerick Theater also opens. These theaters closed in 1931. 1932. The Fox Florence Theater opens on April 8. In August, the New Art Theater in West Los Angeles opens. The Roxy Theater opens on November 25. The Bard's 8th Street becomes the Olympic Theater. The President Theater opens. 1933. An earthquake damaged many theaters on March 10. On May 27, the Egan Theater becomes the Musart Theater with live performances. The Fox Four-Star Theater opens on November 29. On November 29, the Roosevelt Theater becomes the Teatro Eléctrico, showing Spanish movies. These theaters also opened in 1933. The Gaiety at 2407 South Central closes. 1934. On September 9, the Drive-In Theater opens as the first drive-in theater on the West Coast. The Glassell and the Los Feliz theaters also opened in 1934. These theaters closed in 1934. 1935. On March 23, the Town Theater O-Star. May 18, Pan Pacific. The Vogue Theater in Hollywood opens on July 9. The Century Theater is opened by Cabaret Theaters. The Wiltern Theater opens. These theaters closed in 1935. 1936. On December 9th, the studio in Hollywood becomes the Colony Theater. The Maynard Theater opens. These theaters closed in 1936. 1937. In February, the Park Theater opens. The Fox El Rey Theater opens on March 24th. The Fox Regina Theater in Beverly Hills opens on April 21st. On April 24th, the Elite Theater in Beverly Hills opens. The Esquire Theater opens on May 27th. The Lux Theater opens in October. On December 3rd, the Mason starts to show Spanish-language films. The Fox Bruin in Westwood opens on December 31st. The Fox Gentry Theater opens. The Palms Theater opens. These theaters closed in 1937. 1938. The Variety Theater opens on January 30th. The Fox Gordon Theater in Hollywood opens on February 9th. The Alina Theater opens in June. The Clinton Theater opens in August. The Fox Newsreel opens on August 10th. The Centro Theater opens in November. The Elysian Theater opens. These theaters closed in 1938. 1939. The Del Mar Theater opens on April 8th. Cinema in Hollywood May 10th. The Congress Theater opens on May 25th. The Regal Theater in Hollywood opens in June. The News Palace opened on September 20th. The Alto Theater opens on October 18th. In November, the Melvan Theater in Hollywood opens. The Campus Theater opens on November 22nd. The Teleview Newsreel in Hollywood opens. The Aero Theater in Santa Monica opens by the Donald Douglas Company for aircraft workers who worked around the clock. The Palms Theater closes. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.